North Dakota After Dark is proudly brought to you by Endries Construction Services. With over 20 years of experience in all areas of construction, projects that include banks, oral surgery offices, dental offices, schools, retail space, and auto body shops, you name it, they can build it. They offer assistance with all phases of construction from the initial design all the way through completion. You dream it, they make it a reality. Your next project, looking to be a breeze? Call the folks at Endries.
Welcome to North Dakota After Dark, where it is after dark and we are in North Dakota. Welcome to episode 25. We made it.
Made
it. We still have Corey with us. Corey hasn't moved. Changed his number. Very special episode. Like last week we had 2 guests. This week we have 3 guests. We're going to do 2 different topics today. We're going to do a Mite 2 wrap up with Mace Moreland and Charlie Koger, and then we're going to move on and do a high school hockey wrap-up in North Dakota with second-time guest. First time we've had a repeat guest, and it's Matt Moreland. Matt, welcome to the program. Mace, welcome to the program. Charlie, welcome to the program. So, first things first, the Mite 2 season is about to wrap up. Tomorrow by about Saturday by about 1 or 2 o'clock, Mite 2 will be done. No more. So you guys both, Mace have been in hockey for quite a while, and Charlie for about 3 years. So tell us, Mace, what did you think about Mite 2?
He's going to let his brother in really quickly. So Charlie, do you want to take that first one?
Yeah. So Charlie really wants to talk about the monster.
So we have this thing at hockey. It's called like the monster. It's like a little maze where you have to figure out where to go. And I like it, and I also don't like it because as a goalie, it's pretty easy, but as a player, it's super duper 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 hard.
What makes it hard as a player, Charlie?
You can't back skate easily.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Charlie is saying that the monster is harder for skaters, but easier for the goalies. What do you think? What did you think of the monster?
Monster tires you out so much.
It's a tiresome job.
He makes us do it 4 times.
It's true. It's true.
Then we have to go full
So
speed.
what do the goalies get to do that's a little easier, Charlie?
They always have to do, like when they're going backwards, they just don't have to do it, and it's silly.
Nice.
You think the goalies don't have to take pucks with them, right?
Yeah. No.
Exactly. They don't.
Yeah.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
There's a little tension here. Should we explore
That's the
that?
best part.
And then they get to go slow.
They get to go a little slower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you guys, are you sad to not be Mites anymore, or are you excited to be
Excited to be scored.
Charlie?
I'm happy to go into Squirt International.
Are you excited for pin trading?
Or just to go to
Yeah.
Fargo?
I'm happy to do pin trading.
Opportunity.
Charlie, what is Squirt International?
I do not know yet.
Yes, you do.
I forgot.
Mace?
Where you do pin
got
trading for you.
experience?
Do you know what Sport International is?
Yeah, what does it do?
It's kind of like, I feel like it's a tournament.
It is,
It's a tournament.
correct?
How many
What
days
is-
is Squirt International?
And I feel like whoever wins it wins like the whole sport stuff.
Yeah, they're the best sport team, right?
A lot of
Would it
fun.
be a tournament with international teams?
Well, there's Canadian teams that come.
Yeah, which is a shame.
And
Players from all over the place.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Saying, like,
Florida, there was a Florida
are
team.
you saying that there's teams from India?
Nope, nope, no teams from India. No teams
Just
from
about,
India.
but not quite. Fun
Are the
fact,
hockey
Charlie knocked out his
teams
own
there?
team at Squirt International.
It's true. Yeah.
By falling. We were playing Los Angeles and Charlie fell and knocked some of his teeth out and he kept screaming and the LA moms were not into it. Too loud for them.
Right here.
Too real for LA moms.
Yeah, too real. So just back to Mite 2. Mace, what was your favorite memory of termite or mite?
Trying termites when I got a buzzer beater.
Oh yeah.
That is a good
And
memory.
and that was termite you said?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. 1 or 2?
I think that was 2, wasn't it? When you had the orange jerseys?
Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah, so termite 2.
You know what? I have that game, Mace. I have that on tape on Facebook. You can watch it sometime if you want. Because you know who was in net for the buzzer beater? In better news, you guys are on the same team now for
Yep.
a few more games. Tell us about Mace. How did last weekend go?
It went good.
Yeah. What was your record?
Oh, we went 5-0.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
It was a really good weekend for Mite 2 extended season red.
Charlie
Yeah.
did really good,
That
Yeah,
is a
Charlie did really
yeah.
good.
What do you say?
especially with that diving save.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I have to say my favorite save of Mike 2
Yeah.
so far is where I caught it, where I saved it right here and Mace had to show me where it is.
That was my favorite memory of Mite 2 because Mace came off the fence. Charlie, it's in your glove. It's very helpful, Mace.
I didn't even know where it was.
Mace did.
You set it in the net,
I
and then I
know
was
where it
I was like, I should have called that one in because you went like this and put it
Yeah.
in the net.
Nobody knew where it was. Charlie turned around to look in the net. Everybody was looking, but Mace had it.
That's wonderful.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. It's like you're psychic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Mace, do I have any pucks in my gloves right now?
Yes or no?
I don't know.
I heard no, and that's the correct answer. So I think that confirms that Mace has
Psychic,
pucks.
confirmed. I knew it. I
Uh,
knew it.
so a couple more games this weekend. The thing I liked about those games was that you guys got to play some different towns. What did you think about that, Mace?
It was fun.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Not playing the same kids all the time.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
cool. I mean, you guys played Langdon, and I think that's the first time I've ever experienced Langdon hockey. So
Yeah.
it was very nice to see them
They
there.
were-
Well, hold
Yeah.
on.
What I'm saying is that it's fun to play. They're a smaller community.
Have you heard of the guy on the junior gold? Kyle?
I'm so I missed that first part, Matt.
I think it's like I can't remember his first name, but Romfo is his last name.
Okay.
Supposed to be a decent player. He's in town for the state junior
Oh
gold.
yeah, for the tournament. Yeah, right.
So
And he's from Langdon?
Oh, nice.
he's a player to watch, I guess, there. So,
Okay, I should go watch then. So, Mace or Charlie, do you guys have any final thoughts on Mite 2?
Mike 2 is very fun, but the worst thing I have to say is that the practice that we just did today was an hour long.
Outrageous.
I do not
The
like
practice was pretty bad.
practices.
It is a step up from 45 minutes.
I was gonna say you guys like prefer the 45-minute mic practice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you guys are full ice now. You maybe
Yeah.
need that extra 15
Maybe
minutes.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Mace, any final thoughts?
No.
Hey,
No.
man of many words.
That's tremendous. Mace, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
Very
Thanks,
nice.
thanks for having me on.
Thanks for having me in.
You're welcome anytime. On episode 25 on the special Leap Day edition. So kind of a big deal.
The 29th, yeah.
Yeah. Charlie, thank you for having us on.
You're welcome.
Charlie's mom is gonna put him to bed after he just downed a bubbler.
Oh,
Should be fun.
Yeah. All right. Mace and Charlie, thanks very much.
Mace is
Corey, I was
gonna-
expecting some more questions.
I gave you one. It was a tournament with teams, and if you win it, you're like the best Squirts team ever.
I mean,
That sums up Squirt International.
nailed it to me, you know?
Well, more you
Um,
want. Hey, if you want, I've got Langdon connections. My dad was the superintendent from '99 to 2004, so
Humble
I
brag.
know about Langdon
Yeah. Kind of a big deal, I guess.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Well, by way of segue, we're also going to do a high school wrap up. Matt Moreland, assistant coach of the Central hockey team. Matt, could you give us your general impressions of how, I guess, from the regular season on through the championship game, what your thoughts were about how everything went? Or maybe just even, I'd say it was very exciting, but I'll let you kind of fill in the blanks for us there.
Well, first we have to talk about what we're drinking, right? That's kind of
Matt, I can tell you're a fan of the show.
Okay, yeah, I listen a lot. So
Yeah.
I am got a little 3-finger nip of wild turkey honey tonight. So
I think that's a
delicious.
tremendous choice.
Sounds like heartburn in a glass.
Corey's walking.
I think Corey put on the Blair Witch Project and hope
Corey
nobody
just
noticed
switched
he's
it.
gone.
This just became a found footage.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the fridge.
Corey's light. No,
Let's see. Let's see.
very dramatic grab there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, margarita.
Wow. Suppose you guys did this just find $5,000 in the garbage, so you might as well
Right.
celebrate.
Might as well go for it. While we're waiting for Corey, I'm having just an old fashioned. So we had a few bush lights at Corey's house before we got here.
we did. So I guess I'm having a Cutwater lime margarita because that's what I had the last time Matt was on the show.
I like it.
Episode 4.
I remember what I had.
Golf tournament day. A little bit of everything.
It was fun.
You know.
It was a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was a good. Yeah. It's all come together. Facebook post from the Bruce Spicer golf tournament.
Yeah.
Popped up today, so it's all coming back together.
We're gonna have to do a post tournament podcast again this year after the tournament. We're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, well, here's my offer for your golf tournament.
Okay.
So I will sit on the 16th hole
Okay.
with a table and a microphone, and I'll make fun of everyone who tries to golf through that hole.
You got it. That's the vibe that we go for. Yeah. This
Roast
is not and you'd have plenty of material because it's more drinking than raw talent. So you'd be welcome.
Speak for yourself, Kelly. There's a lot of good golfing out there.
Not sure what team you're playing.
I wasn't playing on a team. I was kicked off my team. Okay.
Your team's gonna be good. So
So's mine.
I am going to send a very official invite to Victor Tikhonov to have him come golf with us.
That would be wonderful. He's on my team, not your team.
I find it like super ironic that shortly after that episode, I've been bombarded with graph colored skates that they're making currently in Switzerland right now, which I was unaware of. And wonder if I can get a maroon pair.
I'm almost positive you can, and I don't think it's a coincidence that we mentioned it and now it's back.
I agree. Because somebody sent a red pair, and that's just not gonna. That's not gonna work.
No.
Kyle, do you think you could put in the show notes to this thing, or not the documentary, but the YouTube short?
We still have to watch that on the graph documentary.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a 20-minute short about where graph skates were and where they're going to be.
I tell you, I will have our producer posted on NorthDakotaAfterDark.com.
Is that a thing?
It is, yeah. Check it out.
Yes. Yeah, real.
The more you know.
The more you know. We're gonna have merch pretty soon, including Bomb Island shirts.
Ooh.
Wow.
You had me at merch.
Yeah.
I love merch. So
I
I'll
love
be
it.
there for it.
would it be appropriate if I wore a Mom Island shirt?
I'm gonna make them for men because I think it's better,
Yeah,
right?
like
I went to a Jimmy Buffett concert just for a t-shirt one time and then I left after I got the t-shirt. That's how much merch means to me. I didn't really like Jimmy Buffett. No disrespect. R.I.P. Jimmy
R.I.P.
Buffett.
Right? Yeah.
Too soon to say it, but it's not my jam. But the tie-dyed Jimmy Buffett t-shirt, worth it.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Um, high school hockey. I saw some games live. I saw some games on TV. Matt, your thoughts?
um, well, our own team, Grand Forks Central, I thought we had a really good year. Considering all the injuries we had. I think at one point we had 8 or 9 guys out, not including the guys that didn't start the year for us. But as East region, I would say actually state as a whole was really good. I thought
Yeah.
it was probably the deepest our East region has been in a long time, and it's looking promising. So, very happy and pleased with where high school hockey is right now in North Dakota, along with our program. So,
And it seems anecdotally there are a lot more kids staying in the state, which I think helps elevate.
Yes, Fargo kind of got hit pretty hard this past year. I think West Fargo Cheyenne lost 7.
No kidding. I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah, they lost
To junior hockey?
no to AAA and
AAA.
other routes, but yeah, those 7 would have helped Cheyenne definitely. I mean, they had a pretty good club anyways.
Yeah.
Adding 7 guys like that would have helped. And then I think Fargo, not sure what schools they would have gone to, but I think Davies, they lost 3. So the whole Fargo area.
Yeah,
And
got hit. Yeah. Though I would say like the flip side to that is given where some of those teams were anyways, that probably speaks well to the depth that's coming up. Like they were still competitive teams despite
Anybody,
losing.
what was like talking to Nate Metcalf, the Davies coach, when we drew them first round, I had a chance to talk to him at our Suns hockey games. And I just said, oh, yeah, that's a tough draw getting Davies first round. And
Yeah.
I mean, we're a great team and they were at 8 seeds. So
Yeah.
7 seeder. And we ended up getting them and they gave us everything we could handle. Like they played a really good game and we ended up winning. But yeah, the depth in the league is really good. So
Matt, sorry, finish your thought first.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, why are so many kids leaving high school? I think you mentioned already 10 kids in 2 schools.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think everybody thinks that I have a lot of opinions on it. I'm going to try to be pretty good about it. But I just think
this is nearly enough before the podcast.
Why don't you have a little more wild turkey?
Yeah.
Answer the question.
Bring back the old Matt, episode 4 Matt.
Yeah.
I think everybody just thinks that there's something better. And like I said, to each kid is different. I think there's a few, maybe 2 or 3 kids out of that West Fargo pool that are doing really, really well right now. And I think 1 or 2 are leading their team. So maybe a move for them, but I wouldn't say it's a career move. I don't think people have to do that. Just the cost alone, in my opinion, isn't worth it. But I can't tell you, Corey. I don't know. I just think everybody thinks there's something better, better option for their kid, and whatever is good for them is fine. I know maybe 1 or 2 of those kids are looking to come back, so which might create some issues as well, having to go to a different district if they hadn't stayed in school or online learning. But yeah, there's a whole lot of variables to that. But I really like the way where North Dakota is going right now with North Dakota. The high school is really, really good. Like I would say next year, and definitely if everybody stays at West Fargo, they're a legit contender to win a state tournament. Like they have a young group in there right now that are feisty. scrappy. They're build, they're fast, they compete really hard, and they missed the state tournament this year, but that was a team that easily could have been in and maybe made some heads in there. So
Yeah, word on the street is most of the kids on the West Fargo Bantam AA team, both first years will end up in the Packers. So that should be a good squad coming up too.
yeah, they're looking pretty good for a while.
I like that. That's exciting to me to hear because I mean, like granted, I'm obviously Central fan, but I love to see North Dakota get more and more competitive. I mean, it's we have those years where you get that clear front runner that comes through and just steamrolls everybody. But I think it's more fun when it's a dogfight to the finish, like I love that Fargo North was such a contender this year. They were a really tough opponent. That's a program that,
Taking their lumps.
They've taken their lumps and they've almost kind of died out and then they resurrected, I mean, like it, what did they say? It was their first state tournament appearance since 2013.
11.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I mean, you love to see it. It's, only 4 can go, from both regions, but even like, I love that Dickinson made it from the West. I mean, like, and they won the West, I mean, I don't know. It's fun to see. I love to see surprises, kids coming out of different programs that you might not expect.
You look at the first round of the state tournament this year, and I know it was kind of flipped upside down because they had that kind of magical run and stuff. And essentially, us and Red River played the top 2 teams out of which was fine, but each game there wasn't a blowout in any one.
Right.
And North kind of upset there by a really good scrappy Minot team, and they're all like they had like 10 sophomores on that. So like they're looking good in the future. And so it was a great first round. Like it was actually a really competitive state tournament. I know maybe we pulled away a little bit in ours, but it was like we had to pick at it, right? It was like 0-0 after one. So or 1-0 after one. So we ended up having to just slowly make our way through that game. But it was a very competitive state tournament, and it's looking up. The future's looking great. So
the one thing that struck me too is I saw watched a couple games on the consolation bracket. Stands were packed. People were going completely bananas over a consolation bracket game in the middle of the day on a Thursday or Friday or whatever it was. So hotly contested game, good game, a lot of good players in the game, and people coming out to watch it too. So just it's nice to have some excitement around it. And it's nice to see the intensity that the kids were battling for a game that doesn't ultimately mean a whole lot. Just 2 teams going at each other for no reason other than pride and trying to give everybody a good game to watch too. So just kind of, again, another arrow in the quiver of things going well for North Dakota hockey, I'd say.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Tyler Klein, Fargo North's coach, and he's a great guy. He's gotten to be pretty good friends with him over the years after coaching against him and stuff. And I asked him how his day went when we got to the rink, and he said, we won. He goes, it was tough because once you lose that first one, trying to get the kids to rally is tough. But when I walked into that locker room, the first thing our leadership said was, "We're going to win the next one."
Yeah.
And he said, being out of it for 11 years, I told the kids like, "Hey, yeah, we may have lost this one, but let's win our next 2. Let's stay in the mix because this is the first time we've been here in a while. So let's just enjoy it, work hard and compete because there's still people in the stands watching. People are looking. So there's still a buzz. And, he's obviously a great coach. He got coach of the year for a reason. I like him a lot. There's a lot of good things over there. So it's fun to see that. And he's going to continue to have good teams just by the way their teams compete. Maybe they might have a drop off next year because there's high-end talent. But it's looking good. To answer your question, earlier, Corey, about why we get picked apart a little bit around here. Just to add to like North Dakota stuff, I feel it's in my opinion, it's a great system that we have in North Dakota to keep our kids in-house to be able to play 25 to 30 games prior to our high school season. So we're already played a full high school season before they get here, but they're playing all those triple. And then we play 27 games if you're lucky for your high school year, and then you go on and you play another 15 after if you make it to the national tournament. So you're playing 50, 60 games in an entire season, and the selling points for AAA teams to kids are, well, you're going to play more games. Well, in high school, you have something to play for, right? Talking to an old player of ours, he was a guy that left, essentially went to the development program, but and made a stop. And what he told to us was high school hockey it's more fun because there's more urgency behind it. You have a school that you have to play for. You have alumni that are there cheering you on. There's people always there. It's more of a focus on it. And you get to practice every day. You play with your buddies every day. You have as much ice as you want. When you leave, it's not so much that, but you get promised the world when you go. And you play about the same amount of games, but Team North Dakota, you're playing all these AAA teams. So we are unintentionally farming our kids, right? Like, because now they're getting a firsthand look at our kids playing against their kids. So, oh geez, this guy's good, this guy's good, this guy's good. And they look up and then they're sending, then they send the world, right? And the world to all the players, and good thing. And we do it to try to keep kids in house, but it's also a recruiting tool for them. That's kind of the hard part about it.
I think you said it earlier, Matt, too, like there's a right path for every kid, and for some it might be going that route, but the takeaway there is that there is a good path available here for those that don't want to leave, or
Right.
one of the things I run into is kids maybe leaving home too early, and maybe the hockey improves, but like then you lose some of the people type stuff too, right? So you have the option to stay home with mom and dad, eat good food, have good habits, come out the other end as a mature guy, because the reality is if you want to continue playing hockey, you're probably looking at 2 or 3 years of junior anyways, and you can still do that post high school with a good base behind you. So
yeah,
again, there are legit reasons to want to go play elsewhere, but again, there's two good paths. It's not like a forced choice anymore, or like an A and a B. It's a two good paths to follow depending on what you're looking for, right? So I think that's the big takeaway here.
Yeah.
And I guess anecdotally, I passed a couple of these on to you, Matt, but 3 different coaches from 3 different leagues calling to see unprompted what's up with North Dakota guys. So that's the first for me, is not having to pitch them. Other guys coming to, so that seems like a big win.
Wasn't the Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and the North American League, was it?
BC, Saskatchewan, and SI.
Okay, perfect.
But, sorry, what
BC
was
seems
that
like a
middle
win.
one?
I think you meant to say Saskatchewan.
Oh, Saskatchewan. Sorry.
Oh.
Dang it.
You're not a local, and it shows. You're not a local.
I told myself, don't mess that up if you have a chance.
Too many syllables. Good try, though. Good try, buddy.
Kind of expect more from a second-time guest, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. No, we just have kids in those leagues playing really well.
When we go up to Winnipeg this spring for spring hockey, don't you dare embarrass me. Okay? All right? We're going to practice that.
If Matt does try and do something, I'm going to take him and some guys to the Palomino Club, and we're going to have an in-depth talk about what Matt's done. We'll be back in a day or two.
Yeah.
But right. It's not going to be fun for Matt. I guarantee it, Kelly.
Yeah, it won't be fun.
Matt,
Good.
Don't let these fools talk to you. Every time Kyle says Saskatchewan, he says it's Saskatchewan, and then he's like, "Oh no, I didn't use all those syllables. It wasn't me."
Yeah.
Well, your
Um,
age, Corey.
He's just trying to hide his Canadian.
Yeah, it shows.
Um,
So one of the other things I want to talk about, I guess for some various reasons, but we were fortunate to have an all Grand Forks final. We're all in Grand Forks. You want to talk about that a little bit, Matt? Not too soon?
no,
too soon,
I still haven't
too
won.
soon for me. He's the mature
Okay,
one.
yeah.
I'm still the salty Uber, like it's that crosstown rivalry, you just can't feel good.
You guys have been around me long enough to see how I lose, and it's not. But
Yeah. Hey, you show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser, right?
Yeah,
That's right. That's a loser.
But no, I think we all we hope for it, right? We kind of knew we were all gonna meet there. My wife's not gonna appreciate this because she's a little more meaner than I am, but like kudos to Tim and like what he did with that team.
Yeah.
He got them clicking at they played the right way the whole time, and he found a way to make them have success. And my pettiness will come out now, and the refs kind of played into it. But anyways, they were able to play that way. And if we had a team like that, that's the way I would have tried to make those guys play too. So, and what a great turnaround for them. I know they had that top line, and I know we all kind of knew was going to jump up there and play with Gardner and Ulmer, but they had a lot of question marks on the front end, and their defensive core was solid with Mason and those guys, and Espen a great year, but their second, third line, even their fourth, they didn't know what they were going to get scoring from.
Yeah.
And man, did they get scoring. They scored like 6 goals a game. It seemed like they found a good line with Haagensen and Wasvig and Buckley, and those, in my opinion, throughout the state tournament, I think everybody could say this, not taking anything away from guards and those guys, but that line was fantastic. Yeah. Just be big and strong and just going to the net and playing simple. And that's what you need that time of year. And it showed. And we didn't have an answer from in the third period. They put pucks on net, and maybe we'd like to have a few blocks out of those. We didn't block as many shots as we wanted, but they got to the net and they got a few bounces off of it and scored. And it's tough to come back. Our boys tried hard. We have a lot of skill and a lot of speed on our team. It was just the tale of two different teams. They're big, not going to say slow, but they're big and they bottle everything up. And our guys are skilled and fast and scrappy. And it was fun to see. It was a good
two different teams, but comparable teams. So it was kind of like, really, truly, I think anyone would have agreed there was no clear winner going into that game. There just wasn't. No. I didn't know how it would end either. Because both teams had strengths, both teams had weaknesses. I don't know. It's kind of fun going into a game where either team can take it. It's just going to be that fight to the finish, So I honestly, I was hoping Central would win. Obviously, that's my team, but I didn't know going in. I thought this is really truly anybody's game.
It was funny because earlier in the year, Mace, who was just on, he plays with Andy Schneider's boy, and he's a Red River guy, and Will's a heavy Red River guy, and there's a lot of banter between everybody, and a lot of Central on the 2014 birth year junior suit team, and not a lot of Red River. But so Andy would always chime out, "Go RR, go Riders, go Riders," and everybody, go Central. The first time we win, crickets from Schneider. Except he does send out, "Congrats, Moreland," whatever. RR beats us again. "Hey, look at that. Our Riders are great. Riders are great." Crickets from me. Not happy. And he did say, goes, not to be a jerk, but those two teams are going to meet when it counts. Yeah. And we did. And it was fun. It was a good battle. It could have went either way. And
but even the EDC championship, it came down to one goal. It was, it was that those were hard fought games. They were high intensity, hard fought, pure emotion, hitting, swearing, I mean, like it was
We kind of
hearts on the line games.
we joke after the game, like the kids get over it better than we do.
Yeah.
as a coaching staff. Yeah.
Well, and nothing makes Matt more upset than I mean, these kids grow up playing together. Obviously, we know this. Corey has a Bantam, and Bantams will, once they hit high school, half will go one way and half will go the other way. So these are friends. These are people who play together growing up, and then, they're crosstown rivalries. But Matt, if they're like talking like friendly at face-offs, Matt won't have it. He's like, that's not your fucking friend for the next hour.
Right.
After handshakes, because they all, even like across the state, they play with each other in Team North Dakota and some.
Right. So they know the other, but the Central Red River kids know each other well.
Win, lose, or draw, I don't accept sitting at the center ice talking to your buddy after. You can go get your stuff off, let the game release, and you can talk to each other outside the locker.
And to prove how much it does mean to him, when Matt played juniors, he played for the Fargo Jets, and his brother Casey, who is his best friend in the whole world, they're a year apart, was the goalie at one point for the Bismarck Bobcats.
Yeah.
Bismarck beat Fargo, and Matt refused to talk to him after the game.
I like that.
Keep in mind, he had just got there from Oklahoma, so he played professional there, and it didn't work out for a second. So he came back just to kind of fill a void in between going to his next team, and he came and had like a 50 save shutout against us, of course, like he always does. And I hadn't seen him in months.
Yeah,
My best friend, my brother, I hadn't seen him in months. I got on the bus without talking to him.
I like that.
I went over, I hugged my mom, thanks for coming, and I walked away, and Casey's like, nothing? Nope.
Nope, not for you, Casey.
Was Todd not your coach there, Matt?
Who?
Todd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Nicest
year he
guy in
was.
the world. I can't imagine that'd be his jam.
He is amazing. He actually got us all together because we were his first team, and we went to the national championship that year.
Yeah.
And he got us all together. Was it last 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Last year?
I think it was like, no, I think it was closer to COVID.
During COVID. So he got us all in a Zoom meeting, and all of us got on this Zoom meeting, and we sat and talked for like 5-6 hours, having some beers and just reminiscing about the old times. And
yeah,
he's a Mankato, or was at the time, and like he's a busy guy, and he sent out a big thing like, hey guys, Zoom meeting, 6 o'clock Friday, here we go.
Yeah.
And everybody, not one guy missed it. Everybody was on there. It was a great time. Yeah, he's a great guy. One of my favorite coaches.
A+ guy. I always end up on flights with him for some reason. We end up just in the airport lounges together. So nice.
I did slip in, look for the 2011 group coming out of Grand Forks. Might have a lot of Grand Forks guys at Mankato at the time. Now it's gonna be Wisconsin.
Well, so I know Luke real well at Mankato, and Todd's at Wisconsin, so I'm not going to pick favorites, though. You know what I mean?
We've got some pathways. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. But I will say to Todd, if on the off chance he's listening, Luke does come to the house and play football with the kids.
Oh,
And
yeah,
Todd's busy.
We got to get Todd to town then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
Well,
Todd. So,
Kyle, I can tell that Matt's competitive because if you couldn't tell so far from my question and answer period, he doesn't talk to me all through the regular season hockey until we get to like spring and fall hockey. Like,
You're wearing a red hat too, which is also from me, right?
Well, Matt, this time of year, there's that thing in Grand Forks that rises as the snow melts. What's it called?
Not this time of year. Not this year.
Rises.
I can't say it. The river?
Yeah. What color's my hat?
Crimson.
He's not going to talk to me until August. I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't blame him for a minute. There he goes.
He's at the bathroom calls because apparently you eat too much wild turkey. So
it happens.
Happens to the best of us. So
That's the politest way to say that I won't deal with Corey I've ever heard.
I'm done talking to Corey.
One of the things I wanted to ask Matt a little bit more about the West. I watched Dickinson and Bismarck Century play in the path to the 5th place game or whatever it was. They had nearly a brawl at the end.
Really?
And the Dickinson fans were intense the
Listen.
entire time.
It wasn't missed on them how special it was to be there. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know it was their first EDC champion. Was that their first state appearance or had they been there before? Don't know enough on the history
I
of
don't
it.
know.
No, granted, I would guess that they've been to the state tournament before, but I mean, many years since they had been there. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
Dickinson.
yeah. The highlight for me, we sat in the Dickinson section the first period. Maybe a missed call, like the 10-year-old behind us, at the Farmers Union Arena in Fargo with the rail at the top. Kids on the stool, leaning way over, screaming, "What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?"
Well, that child was outraged.
Yeah,
Yeah, passion.
clearly a bad.
Those guys
What the
were
I want to
dialed
know
in.
that
We're talking Dickinson Bismarck Century, just how intense that game was as the semifinal for 5th place or whatever it was. Nearly all at the end. It was a dogfight till the end, and
Dickinson, Mandan, and Minot make a really awful North Dakota Bermuda Triangle. That's what that means.
It's nowhere it'll suck you right in and you don't even want it.
You lose a lot of things out there.
I hate the drive to Dickinson more than I hate it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
The drive is the worst. I want to note it though, it's not too much wild turkey. I just came from a Grand Forks Central banquet and I had too many Blue Dolphins, like the one loser host on it.
No.
that's completely fair.
That was a direct shot at Corey.
Yeah. I don't think he picked up on it.
Well, it's because you actually cut out for me, so I didn't hear it.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
nodded my head like I was actually listening. Yeah.
I didn't even hear you.
That was last week, right? When he came on and drank water.
Yeah, because of the balloon debacle. He was putting out fires, Matt, okay?
Hey Matt, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 5. Can you guess what it is?
Dang. Wow.
Matt's still number 1 in my playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He picked that fight. Matt, you started it.
I'm gonna pick a fight with your husband. He kicked my ass all day long.
Final thoughts on high school hockey in North Dakota as we move on.
No.
Oh, you're asking me final thoughts?
Yeah, or really anybody, but
no, we're in good, really good spot right now. And like you said, as you mentioned that you have a lot of coaches from other leagues reaching out to what we have going on here. There's guys making splashes right now and it's fantastic. Mikey Coleman just got Star of the Week in the North American League, Central League. So Central Division. And what his coach said, talking about his development, how his growth is amazing. And right on the headline as it starts, Mikey Coleman, Grand Forks, North Dakota. So
I heard he owes it all to his girlfriend.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's got a really good girlfriend, and that plays into it.
One of the things I like to tell some of our players, Kelly, and I'm looking for you to be bad cop here, is that sometimes a girlfriend can be a career-threatening injury. Discuss.
Oh, don't you worry. My husband, whom I've dated since I've been 15, has my children trained that you don't want a girlfriend. And why? They ruin hockey careers. My children will tell you that.
Maybe I somehow trained Farron. It's working out.
Tell you what. Anytime Matt wants to be in his apartment era, just say the word. Okay.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, that Central has a lot of really, really good players coming up. My Bantam got to play with the sophomore class, and there's some solid players. They're going to get more really good players. You got a lot of good years ahead of you. Central's going to be a force to reckon with in the years past. And it kills me inside to say this in my cockles of my soul. Maybe in the subcockles. I don't know.
But I think Grand Forks is in good hands
Yeah.
entirely. Like both schools, like there's not a whole lot of places that can manage two schools like that and are always in the state. What did the I'm gonna lie to you now because I can't remember the exact stat, but the Herald had it, and it was the amount of times that we've met in the state final, and then
Sure.
there's like 11 times over the course of 30 years that there hasn't been a Grand Forks team in the state final.
Yeah.
It's something like absurd like that, and that's pretty amazing. And I drove into Moorhead last Sunday, and the population of 45,000. And I'm like, well, that's pretty close to Grand. Imagine if we had one school.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
mean,
no,
yeah.
that's true. I mean, think
We-
think of that. The only thing that would be terrible though is, I mean, when you look at those two teams, and almost every year, I mean, it really truly, and this year for sure, how sad would it be if some of those boys didn't get to play because we only could support enough for
Right.
one team? You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, so when sometimes people have that to say, or they'll, in years past where, there's been, oh, wow, if they didn't let South Enders play on Central and they only had to use the players they had. And I get that point where people say that, but I also say, but be glad that we have one school that can accommodate, because there would be so many kids in this town that wouldn't get to play high school hockey that deserved to play. That's a benefit to us to have two schools and then be able to cross that line so that we can do that. That's not a slight to us. It just makes more good players from this area. Because I mean, think about that. If you had to take those two teams that played in that championship game and make one team out of them, think how many good kids would be cut. That would be really heartbreaking.
Lose some late bloomers. Some kids might, drop off. So
Yeah.
it's
Hear me out.
better to give more kids a chance, because not everybody develops.
Okay.
Well, what's Eric likes to say, not all popcorn pops at the same time, right?
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
Corey
we lost Corey.
That South End Wi-Fi.
yeah.
What if
telling
we
you,
did?
it's terrible.
What if we played in the Minnesota AA, all our top end guys, and then our JV was our A guys, varsity guys, and we had a JV team.
Uh,
They could still sustain it.
I
But no, I agree.
yeah.
I like
mean,
this.
that's
Best
We
part
should
about
get
the sport is they compete against each other. Like, so that's always
the fact that is a legit hypothetical. I think speaks well to where things are at, right? Like
Yes.
that's not like, oh, Matt, you're crazy. I'm like, yeah, that'd probably work, right?
Yeah. Which is great.
And then
It's,
it just occurred to me, and Matt, I sent this to your head coach, is that one of the AAA teams in Winnipeg is trying to arrange something in the fall to come down and play. Once can play the high school teams, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can make something work for you,
Yeah, that would be fun. We actually had in our coaches meeting, I got to sit in with Grant on the EDC one, and we're trying to figure out ways to incorporate more scrimmage days.
Yeah.
Only get one, Minnesota gets three, and it'd be nice, and try and get, actually definitely be on board with this, but like an EDC for our JV end of the year tournament.
Oh, I would totally agree with that. I think it makes me sad every year that they don't get that.
So like, yeah, we're gonna try to push that with the board of NDHA and see if we can get that through. But that would be really cool. Not gonna happen, but to play a team from Winnipeg. But
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know what avenues we'd have to go down to get that.
so
Tony Bina would be a guy
Yeah.
to talk to.
having some experience in that,
Who's that?
as long as you let those guys know ahead of time, they can come do it. It's just a matter of getting the state behind it. But again, really, there's a precedent. UND plays Canadian teams, so I mean, I think if you got you put just a tiny little bit of work into it, you could get several Canadian teams to come down and play, do
Could
a
maybe
tour
work-
of North Dakota as your scrimmages, and it's a real good measuring stick, and lets both sides see what the other has going on, right?
Could maybe make that work in August.
I mean, they're together.
No.
Like Esteban has a AAA team. It's not Regina Kelly, but it's close. More drugs, less pizza, we'll call it. And okay, off you go.
Oh man.
You
But
say
my
that
big
like
fear
it's a
now
bad
is
Beautifully
like
thing
get
at
put.
all.
to Grand Forks by SAS Tourism. They're like, you know what? Come home, really sell these towns. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
More drugs, less pizza. Just that sounds like a bumper sticker to me.
It does.
It's not the worst slogan I've ever heard.
No,
for a city.
it's really not.
Oh, are you drinking a Pilsner?
I am. I just switched.
Show everybody.
I'm
In
blurry in the
Saskatchewan, we
background. I
say
don't know if you see it.
Corey's gone on the pill.
Yeah, it's a Canadian beer, and it tastes like it.
What's that mean, Corey?
I think you know what it means, Matt.
No, delicious. I love a Canadian beer.
It,
Are you
it
gaining
means,
weight? That's the key to a Canadian beer.
I'm glad you noticed, actually.
Thanks for noticing.
It's mostly the stress in the hockey season, but those two things combined.
Do you feel like fighting your brother and making out with your cousin?
I don't have brothers, and you haven't seen my cousins before.
So the beer is not working just yet.
It's not right. That's not Canadian.
No.
Yeah.
A couple more, maybe.
And Corey,
Yeah.
question. Will you be attending the Bantam State Tournament this weekend or the Pee Wee State Tournament?
So I'll be with the Bantams.
Traitor.
So this will be the last trip that my son and I take as a youth hockey participant. So for all the hockey and all the baseball and all the different trips, this will be the last time him and I drive to somewhere ever, because it's buses and this or that from here on out. And on these trips I've had to talk with him, to talk.
The talk.
Yeah.
Birds and the
So I'm
bees.
trying-
Girlfriends are gonna ruin hockey for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. I'm gonna push right past that. I'm gonna try to figure out what in-depth conversation I was gonna have with my son, and he solved that because he came home through the door today. He has got a mullet and a dyed mustache, if you can call it that.
It is
And the only
tremendous.
discussion I'm gonna have with him is how soon I can kick him out of my house.
Now,
There you go.
when your wife listens to this, Cam has been ready for that birds and bees talk 3 years ago, Corey. How are you just touching on that right?
Okay, have you met me? We're all Arians here. We're clueless when it comes to females.
Listen,
Oh,
I can tell you what I know,
I
but
got
this
you.
is all I have.
I got
Yeah. The only thing I've said this before, the only thing I can offer my wife is complete and utter dependence. That's it.
I love it.
God bless her. Like,
Yeah.
we had 15 peewees in the house tonight for a pasta feed, and I helped not at all. Not even a little bit.
Well, and I mean, you're going with Cam because Parker's the middle child, and people just love them less. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the next thing that middle children have to accept is that.
Where are you guys going?
Bismarck. I'm
Oh.
going with Cam for one reason, because he's supposed to win, and they're going to rip our hearts out, and only I could deserve that sort of pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Plus, there was a lottery between the Bantams and the Pee-wees, and the Pee-wees
Yeah.
won. We chose Jess.
Yeah, fair.
That's true. They won. They won the coin flip. So
It really wasn't a coin flip at that rate, was it?
I had to yell at Danny Marto the other day
Always.
by not getting you on his coaching staff to then have Cam come to Central. So that was kind of an unfortunate loss.
So the offer was out there, and I was actually
I'll
going
sacrifice you to coach basketball or baseball at Central just to get your kid to play for us.
He's
Wow.
just like me. He'll break your heart, Matt.
hey, do not fall in love.
So
You
interesting
get your
stat
heart
for you
broken.
guys. There are 3 bantams so far that we've identified, and we're pretty sure this is accurate, that have never won a state title in all their years of hockey. Cam is one of those 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Well, he
Now
hasn't.
Matt's like, I don't want him. Pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
I still.
Yeah,
Not,
no, we want him.
yeah, not a proven winner. We can do better.
Jeez. One of the segue questions I wanted to ask, since we have just a little bit of time to kill. I saw this on Instagram the other day about what do you guys feel is the etiquette about where you should sit during a game? Do you think it's a faux pas if someone goes and sits near the opposing fans, or should everyone just self-segregate?
Well,
I don't like to sit by the opposing fans. I really
you
don't
have to be
like
a
it.
patient person and somewhat petty to be able to infiltrate.
Are you
Take
talking
the
about Kelly?
abuse. Yeah, well, no, she's too loud. You have to have like a quiet little bomb you put in there where you're just amongst the chirping of your kid. Corey, you'd be fantastic. Kelly and I just had this talk about your explanation of going and watching your son ref and not getting upset at the fact that he was getting yelled at by the coaches.
Matt was applauding how much
then
he
you said-
likes you for that.
It was terrible, so he deserved every minute of getting yelled at by the coaches.
What
But
do
no,
you want
and-
from me? He sucked that day.
Yeah, somebody infiltrate it that could just sit there and then just drop little tiny bombs that enters their brains and they don't think about till after the game, and then it just blows up and then it pisses them off even more.
Well, I got a good story. I got a great story about that for you, Matt, because Cam was playing West Fargo, and West Fargo's best player was bringing the puck down the ice. Hell of a player. And Cam went in, check him. And the last second he saw Cam coming, he turned into the boards, and Cam boarded him. I've got zero problem with the call on the ice, right? So before he hit him, he was not facing the boards, but he saw the check coming. He turned away from it. In higher levels of hockey, maybe you don't call that. You guys know better than I, but it's a boarding call. He gets 2 and 10 for it. A mom loses her mind because I was sitting right in the middle of the West Fargo parents because I'm that guy. And loses her mind about how it was a boarding play. And I was like, I don't know what you want. He turned into the boards. Like, it wasn't a dirty hit. And she completely screamed at me. And my favorite part was a West Fargo dad goes, nah, he turned into the boards. He's a pansy. It's like,
See what you did there? You divided their whole section.
Yeah.
No, to answer your question, Kyle, I can't. I would, I get too upset. I got to go sit in my perch somewhere. I can be with other dads,
Yeah.
but not with opposing dads because when they're loud dads yelling, I just feel like it's the kids playing. You don't need to be a part of it. So
Yeah.
I feel like
I would agree. That's in stand trying to direct the game is annoying. I mean, I think there should be some attempt at the segregation. Just otherwise, you just
Now I
massive
say
trouble.
this, but baseball, I sit out in right field all by myself. Just me and my lawn chair.
Yeah.
No parents.
Just so you can watch the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like just sitting amongst the other dads, so we just sit there and rip our own kids the entire time. But everybody supports everybody else's kids.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Long
fantastic.
Island talk, yeah.
It's
Hey,
that
great play,
unspoken
partner.
rule.
Are
You
you
can
kidding? That's-
criticize your own. You can criticize your own child. You just don't criticize anybody
Yeah.
else's child.
And you always got to lift everybody else's kids up.
See,
Because
and
I never see the good things.
Mom Island isn't like that. Mom Island is like just being positive about like, oh, good try, buddy. Oh, you like nobody. It's real. It's real. But it might get a little barb in there, like oh, that was my kid. But no, the moms are real. It's real. It's pretty soft touch around there. It's we made those kids, so we like them.
No,
So,
Dad Island is laughing at the dad's reaction when his kid makes mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the best one. The stretch, the hamstring stretch. That's a good one.
Matt's also good for the
Yeah.
arms behind the head. At central bench, you see a lot of that too. The frustration, and then he'll golf clap, like he's trying to be positive after he does. He had a ref tell him this season that he had shit body language.
Oh. Did I tell you this story?
No,
I don't know that you did. Do tell.
I'm not gonna say the ref, but if he's listening, he knows who he is. There was a game he
Paul Massino? Because I
No,
bet
it wasn't. It wasn't
Massino.
Steve. It wasn't Steve.
wasn't Steve or
No.
Paul.
I'll go with Matt, but frankly.
They actually still talk to me, even though I'm the assistant. And the best part is like, so I've been yelled at 3 to 4 times this year, and the guys love it because the refs go, "You can't. I'm not talking to you. You're the assistant. I'm going to talk to the head coach." Staff said, anyways. So the game before this game, this guy refed our game, and he was terrible. And I maybe got a little more animated than I'd like to be on the bench. And he told me, "I'm not talking to you. You're the assistant coach. Grant, I will talk to you." So I stepped back. That was it, right? So the next game, he's refing, and I'm like, "Oh God, don't say a word." Because I know he's mad at me, doesn't like me. And I kind of look at Grant, and Grant already knows, so he waves him over, and Grant's talking to him. Face to face, he's standing there talking, and I do this. Because we're having a bad game. It's the game we lost to North at the end of the
Yeah.
game. And he begins to yell at me as Grant's talking to him. "Enough out of you! Enough out of you!" I go, What am I doing? Your body language is terrible." I'm just rubbing my face because we're not playing well. What are you talking about? And Grant's still, "Hey, I'm talking to you, Grant. Like, I'm talking. He's not talking to you. Stop talking." And he was concerned about me the entire time. All from the previous game of me yelling at him.
You know, in his defense, if you've seen your elite prospects page,
Yeah.
I'd be concerned
Oh,
about
too
your
That's
soon.
a great segue, Corey. Oh, yeah. I don't think I didn't see that yet.
What a head of lettuce, you know? That's what I have to say.
It is good.
Yeah.
I've been waiting this whole time to work that in. You just gave me an opening. It's so great.
Listen, and I again, you know, I mean, I'm gonna side with the rep. You are a little passive aggressive sometimes.
I'm
I'm
very,
just saying, like,
I'm very direct and to the point.
Yeah.
You're not good, and you're not reffing a game well.
you know, why the face? Sometimes I want to know that too. So I guess, you know,
It's just my face.
yeah, why the face? He's got a little. Matt deals with RBF, and it's an affliction. He was born with it, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's not fair that he just held that against you.
Believe it or not, I'm very happy.
So happy.
I'm sure you are. For those of you following along online, we'd like you to now go to Matt Moreland at eliteprospects.com. Do a Google search. You'll be glad later.
That's right.
That picture was taken directly after I lost the Mr. Hockey award. So that was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you
Well-
you know, your hair looked amazing.
It did. It can be replaced anytime. I tell you what, each change cost me 1 beer at the Blaine.
Man. I laughed so hard when she told me that. Well, actually, you sent it out, and I finally clicked on it. I'm like, that's.
I told him I would never be mad if someone wanted to post a picture of me 20 years ago. Okay, I'm okay with that. Like, yeah, fire away.
Yeah, I look the same.
Exactly,
You didn't have to laugh.
exactly the same.
It's okay, Matt. Eventually, in April, we'll be friends again, and you can make fun of me when I tell you how bad Parker is as far as being strong on the puck.
No, Parker did a good thing there. No, he didn't. He led with his head.
Yeah. Kyle had to put his helmet back together in the middle of a game again this season.
Again this year?
Yes.
That's
Kyle, you
2
wanna talk
helmets.
about it? Yeah. I have to buy another one. His helmet's mostly destroyed now.
I love that child. I love that child.
He's
I had to
he's a
fix.
big dumb idiot, folks, and he's just like his father.
I am a Parker super fan.
Oh, yeah.
Always will be.
In the middle, it was supposed to be a fun scrimmage at the end of our last Pee Wee practice today. I had to fix my kids' goalie pads and was told by my goalie, I buy, quote, garbage zip ties.
Your goalie, as in your son?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garbage
Yeah.
zip ties. You know what? You should do better, Kyle. That's
Yeah. I replaced them. I didn't have scissors. You don't have scissors on me? I'm like, I'm playing in the scrimmage. I'm
Yeah.
not carrying scissors with me. That's
you
a
don't
crime.
just carry scissors, Kyle.
Right.
Oh my gosh. This
Right?
is some low class behavior.
Oh.
Damn it.
Matt's
Probably
really
from
designed it to, like, he's never-
Saskatchewan.
I know Matt skates in central scrimmages with scissors and zip ties in his
Right.
pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
I was not
Just
prepared.
in case,
Yeah.
as
Ooh.
prepared people do.
With that kind of bitchy resting face, I hope he has scissors.
I'm stabbing guys if they need me. You take the puck away, you're getting stabbed.
Here's where my scissors come in.
Anyone have other hockey news to discuss? World won in double OT.
Oh, they
World
won.
did.
Yeah.
Who scored?
I don't know.
Thanks, Kyle.
Well, here's the deal. The news came from Amanda. And the news that World won is plenty. That's all she
I was
needs.
gonna say you're not gonna get much more than that.
War Road.
That's it.
Who scored? A player on War Road.
World. Yeah.
I understand what she's saying. A player on War Road scored. Yeah.
I just want you all to know that I've taken 15 notes of places where I could have made jokes against Matt, and I passed on every single one of them until I got to these elite prospects. It all
That's-
started with, can I
that's
wear a Mom Island shirt? And I was going to say, with your win-loss record, I don't think I would. And there's bullet points down from there. And I passed on every single one.
Let's
Thank you,
end the
Matt.
last 15 minutes on that. Come on. Hot seat. Go.
That's just a nice friend. What a good friend.
Yeah. Have you guys?
That was one of 15, and I passed on every single other one.
You're a good man, Corey Urian.
Said no one ever. Both good or man. I'm not sure.
Have you seen the
Well-
episode of The Office where they do the roast of Michael Scott? Anybody?
I
No.
haven't.
Yeah, pieces of it. Yeah.
Okay, so they roast Michael Scott, and he's like, he kind of takes it poorly, and he's clearly trying to come up with comebacks, but at the end of the episode, he just goes up in the office and reads all his comebacks
Boom, roasted.
hours later, and this sort of feels like a reprise of that episode.
I
Well,
like it.
I was paying attention.
Yeah.
Good notes.
Any other gems in there, Corey?
None of that I would repeat, / some that would get me in jail, / some that would make me talk about a mustache and hair combination on his elite prospect page. Nope, can't say that one either.
Nope.
No, I got nothing else.
No.
Okay.
I spent the entire night digging through garbage for a retainer, so it's been a fun day.
Yeah.
Corey, I don't know if I mentioned this on the last one, but I know when you always ask for the best chirp you ever hear.
Oh.
Do you have one?
Ooh.
Thought of one, and it's not a good one when it gets thrown at you. But when you're told that you're the other team's best player.
Ooh, that's good. Bite
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like
Will you
that.
say you're our best player?
I like
I
that.
heard one that a dad told one of the younger kids to say, and it's pretty good. And you look at one of the players on the other team and go, "Hey, you have any pictures of your mom on your phone?" If they go, "No," go, "I do."
Ooh. Now, hypothetically, if you were
Gorgeous.
a player or a coach, would you rather hear that or that you buy garbage zip ties?
Garbage zip ties.
Every time.
Yeah. I mean, did you not buy the ones that can't get cold?
Oh,
These are thick and green, much like me at the end of college. You know what I mean? After a visit to the doctor.
garbage zip ties.
yeah.
Can't come back from that, you know?
No.
Fabian said the same thing about our hockey rink when we were trying to build it. He's like, "You just get garbage zip ties." I was like, "I'm sorry, Fabes. There's nothing
I
can
let you
do."
down, Eric. I'll never do it again. I won't do it again.
Yeah.
Never, ever.
I'm sorry I moved in next to you. I'm sorry I'm not as tall as you. I'm sorry I'm not as good looking as you. I don't know how to play hockey. What else do you want from me?
House is going up for sale today.
He's been asking.
You guys moving soon?
You moved in the fall, right?
Yeah. He wants me out. Something about property values?
You probably haven't seen him in August yet.
No.
You know he's not wearing a shirt.
Right to the heart, Matt. Like, come on. He's like,
Thing.
"Oh, no. I'm tall. I was great at sports. Oh, look at me. I've got the body like Adonis. But your wife won't care at all, I swear."
Corey, you're just getting run off from his emotional fallout because one time The kids were in the locker room
Yeah.
for Junior Sue, and Eric tried to take his sweatshirt off, and his shirt came with the sweatshirt. And Jet decided to really sling Matt right through the heart
The
and goes,
entire team.
yeah, they all go, oh, and Jet goes, Eric has abs. Why don't you have abs, Dad? And that one hurt. That one, Matt felt that one hard. It hurt.
In
No.
fairness, I have ab. It's one.
Yeah.
And would beat up a lot of small ones.
Yeah.
One
Like,
big ab.
I'm gonna tell you, I got one ab and a lot of little guy syndrome, and just look out for me.
I think the thing that will impress you most about a shirtless Fabe is that he has a tattoo that says Lawn Dart Silver Medalist, and that's another thing.
Way to bring him down.
Yeah.
And me.
Yep.
Another peg.
Yep.
Listening. Yeah. Having the vision of Eric's back with a tattoo on it, and now I'm the other silver medalist on that team.
You are.
Yeah,
You're the
that's sort of a zing that kind of works on multiple levels.
For the record, though, Kelly, I've been at Maple Lake, and I saw this like itty bitty little skiff with a gentleman wearing jeans shorts and no shirt. And I was like, Jesus, who is this
Jeans
Greek
shorts,
guy?
Corey. Rolled up jeans. Don't
Yeah.
classy enough to actually get jorts.
And my wife was sitting on the deck wondering, just like slowly sipping her drink as she saw this gentleman come across.
Just destroying
I
happy
didn't-
marriages.
I didn't breathe for 5 minutes floating across.
Yes, didn't see you there.
And I
I'm
put,
just pressure washing a deck, and Greek gods are coming across the front, just making me look like a fat ass. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
we're damn good at pressure washing though.
Thank you.
Half hours.
Everybody has to have a thing.
Wonderful.
Corey, any final thoughts on the Pilsner?
It tastes like a sub-average beer in a sub-average province in a sub-average, syllables optional.
What are we talking about? Coors Light or something?
What's the Pilsner?
Whatever the hell this thing is, it's just okay. Much like Kyle, it's just okay.
Just okay. Hey, it's okay.
The guy can't even buy proper zip ties. What do you expect?
Right.
What do you expect from him?
I wrote my own wedding vows, and they started with, "I'm not for everybody, but I appreciate you being here." And I mean, that holds true today.
Yeah, as long as you know that about yourself.
Right.
Hey, I wrote my own wedding vows that said that I'm glad there's only 500 people in this town.
Just up in the odds.
Well, as the jokes get worse and worse, Corey, probably time to cut it off. Morelands, any parting thoughts?
Just looking forward to the Kiwi State Tournament. Want to see Grand Forks do well all around. So exciting weekend. I'm excited to go watch them. I'm sad that Bantams are at the same time and that they're in Bismarck, because that's another tournament that I would really like to
Yeah, I
watch.
would like to watch that one too.
But so Corey, keep us informed, because interested want to know.
I will keep you abreast.
State of North Dakota high school hockey is very healthy and excited about that. So, good hockey for years to come.
Yeah, I would concur. Corey?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's been great.
Tell Cam good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
What?
Tell Cam good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to. If you saw his haircut and his mustache, you'd wonder what's going on.
I want to see it. So if you can sneak a picture for us,
Can you put
I
that
would
on my
very
lead
much
prospect?
appreciate it. Put it on Matt's lead prospect.
Maybe I'll leave this as that. He looks like the Timu version of Morgan Wallen.
If you took a headshot of him, we could put it on his elite prospects.
He doesn't have an elite prospect.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does.
I can
bet
have
it-
one
yeah.
for him by next Wednesday
Not
with
yet.
that picture.
He doesn't. We're waiting on the headshot.
Hey, for $450 at the Blaine Super Rink, I can make that happen.
Oh yeah.
I
All
think
right.
that's good.
Moreland, thank you for the time. Corey, thanks for
Nothing.
everything.
Nothing.
Thanks for having me back. I'm actually bummed
Yeah,
out.
anytime. Episode 25, a success. Now Danny Mardo has something to do at work tomorrow.
So he's got to do something.
Oh, come on, Corey. All right, thanks,
What-
guys.
hang on,
Enjoy your weekend. See everyone in West Fargo.
What was Matt bummed out about?
I was bummed out about the I fully intended on answering the question that you asked on the last pod I was on. And I
Huh?
talked around for 45 minutes and I never
Yeah.
actually answered, but I forgot what the question was. So we're just gonna end it at that. Maybe my
Feels
third
right.
time. Maybe my
But-
third time I can answer.
We'll circle back. We'll circle back.
So episode 50, we'll do a clip show or a best
Yeah.
of. We'll-
Try piece Matt's pods together.
yeah, Matt can be the host and narrator of the best of.
Oh,
Which will be all
episode
his,
50?
which
No,
all his two
episode
episodes in their
50.
entirety.
Matt is in charge. He actually leads it.
I
Yeah,
can agree.
Well, I don't like
No, I don't either, but we're doing it. I don't let you be in charge.
nobody likes that.
Kyle, as they say in Saskatchewan, peace up, A-town down.
keep working at it, Corey. Have a nice evening.
All right,
Good
have a
night,
good
guys.
weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.